Hey, can y'all hear me? What's up, Matt? What's up, Carrie? What's up? Let's see here.
There.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I'm zooming. Woo!
I can hear you.
I hear you.
All right. How are y'all doing? Hello, Matt.
How you doing, Jay?
Good, man. You're right around the corner in Union County.
Yeah? Yeah, we like it here. We just moved here from South Florida, actually. We've been here about 2 months, actually. So,
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been here about 3 years.
I like it here. It's very nice. The environment, coming from South Florida, things are pretty hectic, so it's a nice, fresh change, if you will. And we have a daughter that we want to raise in a little bit of a more relaxed environment, so it's been good.
What part are you living in Union County as well?
Yeah. I'm around the border, actually. Not, I'm right on what's Old Monroe, but it's considered John. So I'm right on the border of Union County and Mecklenburg, Matthews.
Okay. Yeah, nice. And Carrie, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Where are you at?
I'm down near Hilton Head in South Carolina.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right, so we got to have a field trip then.
Yeah. I used to be up your way. I used to be in Hickory for a while.
Right on. Kelly, how about you?
I teach in Rockingham County. I actually live in Stokes. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm in the car at the ballpark. So, yeah, I teach in Rockingham County.
Awesome. Rockingham.
Hey guys, I'm sorry. My video is not working, but I am on.
Hear you.
All right, who is that?
That's Julie.
What's
Yep.
up, Julie?
Hey.
So we're just missing Tawanda then, correct?
Yeah, I looked up her email, and I sent her something right after you and I kind of talked, and
I haven't gotten anything back from her.
No.
Yeah.
Neither have I.
So this is my first time like leading this Zoom thing. I put it on to record. I don't think we have to put this one in there. But we probably will anyway if it works. I'm gonna figure out how to do the whole YouTube Zoom thing. We'll see what happens. But this one is just like for us to get to know each other and set some norms. Is that correct?
That's my understanding.
Okay. And when are peer reviews supposed to be started? Are we supposed to be doing those with this task one right now, or is that after we turn them in for our rough draft on Sunday?
I believe that's after we turn them in Sunday, so I think it would be the following Sunday.
Okay, cool. So we're putting them in for rough draft, like put them in the discussion board on Sunday or by Sunday.
Right.
And then we can drop them off. I did rearrange the schedule, and I don't know.
Thank you.
All that.
Some people are reviewing the same people's like 3 times, but whatever. And we can, hopefully. I'm not sure how it's going to work like after the first one because we've had 2 weeks to do this one, and then it's kind of like boom, 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 boom. So we will need to come up with a schedule of when we expect them to be turned in for each other. That's what I'm assuming.
I think he made a good point, Dr. Lamb, tonight. I don't know if you were in his little conference, but he made a very valid point that we don't want to – I don't think anybody here wants to get their weekends, like he said, hijacked because we're getting these things in very late, and now
Right.
we have very little time to review it and do what we need to do or what's been suggested to do.
Yeah. Well, before we get into all that, let's go around and kind of introduce ourselves and tell what we're doing, our backgrounds, and just get to know each other a little bit if that's cool to everybody. Did somebody else just join? Tawanda, you there? Where's Tawanda? I'll start. My name is Jay Seago. I am currently the regional director for a boys character building and running program called Let Me Run. We have about 100 teams in the Charlotte area, and we have about 300 volunteers that I manage and put for teams. We do a lot of character building. Along with running, we do 5Ks. And I got into this job about 2.5 years ago because I coached it where I was teaching in Charlotte. And I just moved to Charlotte at the time. This was back in 2015. And before that, I coached track and cross country and taught school in Roanoke, Virginia for about 15 years, middle school, technology education. So I had a wood shop and a computer lab. And I also taught math kind of on the side. I taught math during my planning period. And then when I moved down here, I taught math and coach let me run, and they send out a invitation for anybody that wanted to apply to be a regional director. And I was like, you know what? I've been teaching for 15 years. Let's see what happens. I didn't think I would get the job. I must have fooled them in my interview because I didn't know anybody in Charlotte at the time, and got the job. And now I really, really enjoy it, but it's not going to be something I can sustain for the rest of my life. I have two young boys, a 10-year-old and a 7-year-old. My wife works her tail off. We live in the NODA area of Charlotte, and we really like it here. So I'm going back because my license expires in 2020 for teaching, and figured I'd go ahead and give this a shot and see, because I've been managing adults, doing what I'm doing for the last 2.5 years. Thought that might really transition well into administration at some point in time. So that's me in a nutshell. Who's up next?
I'll go. I've been in education. This is my 12th year, I believe. I started off in just teaching first grade, loved it, and thought I would never go back to school. Ended up going back for a master's in reading. Taught 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. And last year, it was my first year in 5th grade, and I got a call that said, would you like to go and do some instructional coaching at another school? And so I really loved being in the classroom, didn't think I'd ever leave. But something just told me, go ahead, try this, you might like it. Really did. It just so happens the school that I was at closed down. So we did some redistricting in the county. And so the school that I accepted the instructional coaching position in closed down. So at the end of the year, they gave me a call and said, we have options for you. You can either go back in the classroom or you can do an assistant principal job this year. I interviewed for that, accepted that position. Also last year, I just wrapped up the EDD program, the EDCI program at Gardner-Webb. Finished that in December. And very glad to have all the dissertation, everything done. But I don't know if you guys are familiar with Gardner-Webb, but I absolutely love their programs. They are I think you're going to love it if you've never attended before. Everything's laid out. Instructions are so clear, and everybody that you work with just sets you up for success. So this is my first year as an assistant principal, and so far it's been busy and hectic, but I really like it. I enjoy it. So here I am getting my add-on.
Awesome. Matt.
All right. You want me to go next? I'll go next. Matt Garcia. This is for me year 11. I too was doing a little coaching on my career, and I kind of decided that, if I wanted to sustain this career, if you will, for myself, that administration may be a route I want to go. I got my master's while I was in South Florida. The problem is that my master's degree, it's not a recognized education program. So they recognize the master's, but they don't recognize the program itself. So essentially, for me to be licensed by North Carolina standards, I have to go to a college that does the add-on licensure. So that's kind of what brought me here to do this. I've actually always been a high school teacher. This is my first year at middle. So I'm doing this, and then I'm kind of adjusting to the changes of high school to middle school, it's a bit of a change, but so far it's been good. We're kind of, my wife and I, getting our things in order here. Like I said, we just moved here too, so it's all been a lot quick, but I'm excited, and I think this program is going to be good for me. I think we're going to have a good time with it. I really do.
Awesome. Carrie, you good?
So this is my 11th year. I am a high school counselor. I've always been in the high school level. Like I said earlier, I did 5 years in North Carolina, 6 years in North Carolina, and this is my 5th year down in South Carolina. I'm a lead counselor at a brand new high school. I actually opened the school. We opened in August of 2016. At that time, worked closely with administration through the whole process. So kind of got a feel for that, and that's what drove me back to get this add-on.
Awesome. Good. Julie?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Dan,
Awesome. So this is my 16th year teaching in public school. I have been at the same school teaching English in Rutherford County, so it's just like 20 minutes away from Gardner-Webb. And before that, I taught 6 years off and on as an adjunct professor at UNC Chapel Hill, NYU, and at Rutgers. And then decided I really just wanted to come back to the high school classroom. This past year, I have been the Western Region Teacher of the Year for North Carolina and have really had my eyes open to a bunch of different opportunities and ideas for really affecting change for both teachers and students, and have really felt the call to not leave the classroom because I don't want to be with my students, but to leave the classroom because I think I can really affect some different kinds of change for more students and more teachers if I'm in a more administrative role. A lot of what I do in my job is administrative anyway. I've been a lead teacher for my district for 7 years. I lead all the English PLC and professional development for all of the vertically aligned English classes, serve on the policy committee, and a variety of other things. So the idea of administration is not foreign to me. It's just the pull to leave the classroom is.
Right. Anyone else feel that way? Like they're kind of worried about leaving the classroom or being a counselor to become an administrator possibly? I felt that way when I was when I first started working with Let Me Run, because I quit dealing with kids all the time, and I used to love the connections that I had. And then I was like, you know what, man, you're teaching these coaches to coach these kids. They're going to affect 1,000 or more, whereas you're expecting 120 or whatever I was teaching at the time. So we're all going to do awesome stuff. It's just a little different awesome stuff, you know, but that's one thing I'm excited about now that I've been working with adults and trying to engage them with the kids. That's the one positive, but I still feel like, man, I kind of do miss the classroom. So that'll be a little adjustment. We'll see what happens. In terms of our scheduling, the first couple of tasks, task 1 and task 2, seem to kind of go hand in hand. I know we'll put the things in on Sunday, but then task 2 is due the following Sunday. So will we be reviewing that after that Sunday? Is that correct?
Yeah, basically, I think one of the first comments I heard and stuck with me is he kind of made it like this. You're beginning an assignment when you're getting back revisions.
Okay. All right.
To finish one. So when you're finishing one next week, because you're going to get our reviews back, we're really beginning a rough draft of number 2. So you're kind of staggered there as far as how you're doing these.
And that's kind of what he said on all, not just the tasks, but on all the assignments too. So we'll be finishing the APSL as we're beginning the APTEL too.
Okay. All right. Do you guys how many of y'all are getting close to being done or already done with your first task ready to turn it in, or already have turned it in?
I just turned mine in, but I screwed up. You had sent me a message and said you sent me a final copy without your school profile. I work from 2 different computers. So so I just quickly uploaded it just now. So whoever's doing mine, I haven't looked at the spreadsheet. Look at the second one. It'll say, please read this one.
Okay. I should have mine in tomorrow by noon. This is what I'm thinking. It's almost ready. I don't know, like I might not turn it in with the whole APA format bibliography thing, because I don't know if I'll have time to do that tomorrow, to be honest with you. But everything else should be there. But the what was I going to say? My mind's going blank. It's been a very long day. Y'all want to have like a set day to have them try to be turned in by? I mean, like you said, we don't want to turn them in Fridays or Thursdays from here on out pretty much. I mean, maybe the second one because we're just kind of boom, boom right now. But after that, try to have them done by Wednesday. Is that cool?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think as long as you give like 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, at least. So,
Yeah.
You know, that way you're giving someone the option of at least picking a little bit of a time and they're not pressed to be doing it, in a short period of time.
So mine will probably not be put in until later tomorrow night. I have been on the road all week traveling in Raleigh right now at a hotel. So I'm not even going to get back until I'm leaving tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. so I can get back to teach. So it will probably be late tomorrow night before I can get it in.
That's
But
fine.
I'll be more on top of it.
Well, we don't have to review them till after Sunday, isn't that right? With this one, are we supposed to start
Is that
reviewing
right?
now?
And correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought our reviews are at the end of next week, correct?
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine.
Yeah.
And so we don't have to, the paper that
Well, that makes me feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
the paper that we're turning in for Sunday is really the rough draft. So nobody should feel pressed to get their stuff done too soon, because
Yeah.
even if you give people your rough draft, your reviews and comments, let's say Tuesday or Wednesday of next week, you're still giving that person time. You're still giving them, 3 days to review their assignment and then turn in the final submission.
So let's just say to try to have your reviews done by the Wednesday of the final submission.
Yeah.
Think so?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Say that
Alright.
one more time.
So we'll try to have reviews done by the Wednesday of the final submission.
Correct.
Okay.
So you're going to get, obviously the first comments we're all going to get is from the professor. And then basically from that, anytime from that point until that Wednesday is when you want to, we want to give each other our reviews and then take it all and find our time to work on it before we submit our final copy Sunday.
Okay.
Let me ask a question, because I see that one that I'm going to review is Twanda's, and if we hear nothing from her in the meantime, we're supposed to reach out and let them know, because
Mhm.
I still have to do 2, correct? So even if I've got to do somebody else's, if we don't.
Right.
That's a good question, because someone asked about theirs not coming back to them.
Right.
But you're presenting the other way around. Are you going to be impacted because you're second? That's a good question.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm curious, because I think you have to do 2. So like, I mean, I'll just throw myself as a third person on somebody else.
That's fine.
At that
Well,
point.
she's supposed to do mine as well. So
Mhm.
I'll send
um,
out an email to both professors, Lamb and Stebbin, tomorrow.
And I'd CC her.
Just say, hey, we have not heard of a single thing from this
Yeah.
person. I mean, maybe they dropped. And
Right.
And they could be doing that.
I know they said they had like 3 or 4 people drop last week.
Yeah. So I will send that out. I might actually just do that tonight while I'm sitting here, and see what's up. And if that happens, I'll send out a revised thing tomorrow. If you have Tawanda, just do hers last. If
Yeah.
you're reviewing her. And if somebody, well, yeah, if you have Tawanda, just do hers last. If somebody has Tawanda as their reviewer, hopefully we'll know something tomorrow. What's up with that?
And I just glanced at the schedule, and I think for the first task, I'm only down to review one person. So I may just jump in and just review anybody else. Is that okay? Because I've got to do two.
Screw up, man.
Well, I just glanced at it, so I could be wrong.
Kelly, I did. Do you see my screen? Does my screen show you guys?
No.
You have to push the share screen button down at the
Okay.
bottom to
Oh,
share.
you know what? I think
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
do you have Julie doing 3?
Can you share your screen so I can see it? Because I haven't seen that schedule.
I got Julie doing 3.
Is that right?
All right. Yeah. So I need to put Kelly.
Sounds
Kelly,
good.
Kelly, you cool doing Carrie the first week? Cool.
Yeah, that works. Yep.
All right. Revision 4 is in effect.
Will you send that back out?
Yeah, I'll send it back out. Yeah, I just changed that.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll send it back out.
Thanks for that, by the way.
Yes, thank
Yeah, I
you.
appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. Can I ask you guys a question about this first one with the school, what you were talking about, Matt, the school data or whatever, the school review or the I just put like my kind of stuff in bullet points. Did y'all do that, or did you like write a whole paragraph about your school?
I wrote mine in an APA paragraph type
In a
style.
form? Okay. So you think I should probably do that instead of, because I like just kind of listed out stats on the school. And I have a whole profile from their school report card that I can just basically copy.
That's a good question. What school are you using? Because you don't work at a. What is your center? It's like what? Like what kind of school is it that you work at right now?
I work at a nonprofit, so like I work with about 110 schools in Charlotte.
Because I focused a lot of my work on my school's improvement plan over the last 3 years.
Yeah, that's what I got was a school improvement plan.
Yeah, I would use that for your school overview. It gives you a lot of information, demographics, socioeconomic.
I mean, I had all that stuff, but I just laid it out. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh, then I mean that's up to you. See what they say. They may like that better. I don't know.
I would go ahead and just from having the experience of writing these evidences and tasks from the EDCI program, all of our professors expected us to do a lot of narrative.
Okay.
And so, I mean, you could see this time and just see what they say, but I would type it up in narrative and just put, like, if you've got some of that data from your school improvement plan, either put that in as, like, figure 1, figure 2, table 1, table 2 within the paper, or just attach it as an appendices.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah, I think after talking with Dr. Lamb and sort of knowing his style, I think he's definitely going to want you to do a narrative. We talked about how that works within the school improvement plan and how important it is to be able to have that ability to write that narrative under your belt. So I would definitely think about doing that because that's what that's what you're going to need on your county level when you get to that position.
Great.
So we go ahead and behoove you to do that now.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
I wouldn't get rid of the bullets. I would like she had just mentioned. You know, you can always add an appendix. You can always have that included. You know.
Yeah. I thought about making some graphs, blah blah blah. For that kind of stuff. But yeah, like so, my school, like I'm working with a principal that I knew when I was getting hired in Charlotte, and we really connected. She's a great lady, and she just, that's who I wanted to do my internship with. So I'm still working full time and just going into the school when I can during the week.
What school is that?
Beverly Woods Elementary.
What a great school.
Yeah. Are you in Charlotte as well?
No, but I used to live in Charlotte. I have several friends who live there, so I'm really familiar with their school system, and that's where I did my my lateral entry program when I became a teacher.
Okay, cool.
I have lots of family that lives there, but I have lots of friends whose kids went to that school. It's a great school. Who's the principal there?
Jeanette Reber. She used to be at she was at Ashley Park when I was interviewing down here, and I actually turned her down because they were doing no nonsense nurturing, and I wasn't a fan of that. So I went to Walter G. Byers instead. But I've always kept in touch with her since I met her and interviewed with her. All right, so Wednesday after
give or
Sunday
take.
they're due. We'll try to get our reviews in by then.
And
with
then,
the-
are we supposed to do a Zoom call every week?
There's only 2 that we're supposed to record,
Okay.
from what I understand.
It shows for some reason, and I just had seen that today, but it shows in the board where you would post the link from YouTube, like they had mentioned. It shows that it's actually showing as you posted as one. So people were asking today. I don't even remember what the response was, but they were asking if they could do 2 separate Zooms and just drop them both for that link.
Okay.
I do not recall. I don't know if anybody else remembers. I don't remember seeing the response to that question.
Yeah, I don't know either. I think we're supposed to do them. I mean, we can drop them. I mean, we can drop every one. If y'all want to do more than one Zoom call, like, honestly, wouldn't mind having like a set time where we could just do this and like ask each other questions versus a million questions coming during class time. I mean, honestly, I can't hardly ever make it during class time because I have scouts on Tuesday nights. I'm a Cub master.
Yeah, and I just the additional meeting before 8 o'clock is really difficult. I have twin 9-year-olds, and so
Yeah.
that's like the witching hour to get anything done before 8 o'clock.
Right.
But in some of the PLCs that I do in my district, when we do Zoom calls in the evenings, we'll have a set time and people can hop on and hop off as they need to, or we'll record them and post them to a private thread so that people can see what the Q&A was. I mean, I wouldn't mind doing that if
Okay.
people wanted to do that, but
That's
I mean,
totally up to
I will
everybody.
definitely
I mean,
make
like,
myself available before 8 o'clock, but it is not the most
We
opportune
can,
time.
like you said, like you just said, we can kind of set a time, and as we feel we need it, we can email each other and say, hey, who's going to be on the Zoom? Can you know what I mean? And kind of get an idea. It's like, so it's somewhat optional, and those who aren't able to make it don't have to make it. But we have to make sure that we do the 2 that are on that schedule that says those are mandatory, that have to be done, during those weeks. We have to agree to do those 2.
oh yeah. And those are where we're actually like going over our review of someone's work,
Yeah.
correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And when is that? When is the first one? Does anybody know when is there a?
That's a good question. Hold on. Looks like, let's see. Your peer reviews are due, let's see, establish Zoom schedules and set policies with your assigned. So really, we're very early because it says we should be kind of having a meeting like we are now by September 16th, which would be during week 3. So we're a little early right now. We're going to have to pick a day during the week for our 2 Zoom meetings. So we might as well do that right now if that's good with everybody.
Yeah. Go with me. No, I don't know what you guys' schedules is. I mean, like really.
Thursday at 8:45, like we did tonight. Does that work for everybody?
That works for me.
Yeah,
Works for me.
Works for me.
So then that'll be our.
Carrie, you good?
that's good.
Okay. Julie, I couldn't hear you. I didn't know if I
Yeah,
heard.
definitely works for me a lot better than
Okay.
anything else.
Okay, cool.
So we have to do it the week of the 16th.
Let me go back to that real quick. Yes, week 3, September 10th to the 16th. It is expected that we have had our task 1 revisions due, so they should be submitted already that week. Task 1 peer reviews due to the Dropbox that week, and then we begin task 2, a draft.
So are you saying that the Zoom call has to happen during the week of the 16th through the 23rd, or the
Hold
9th
on.
through the 16th?
That's a good question because it
Yeah,
doesn't.
It says establish Zoom schedules and set policies with your assigned Zoom groups.
That's interesting because
We're already doing that. We're ahead of the game.
Now, on
Yeah,
the,
and you're recording it, right?
I'm recording this one. Yeah.
Book it.
on the peer review schedule, week 3, it says that is our the one that we've got to record.
Correct.
So that would be the 10th through the 16th, or is that right?
Correct. So
Okay.
that means that has to be submitted by September 16th.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Cool.
So our next
Yeah.
meeting has to be like, hold on. Our next meeting, if we're going to do Thursday, to do our peer reviews.
The
would be
13th.
The 13th, correct, at 8:45.
Sounds
right.
good.
So between now and then, we have to, once we all get it submitted, we have to, between now and then, that's what we got to do, our 2 peer reviews.
And that
Well,
is
it
on.
sounds like everybody's getting them submitted pretty early. Like, I mean, everybody seems to be getting them done this weekend, so we can start. I mean, honestly, I won't be able to start reviewing them till Monday.
Yeah,
So
that would be early. That would be pretty early.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
And
we have
remember-
them all done by Wednesday or Wednesday evening, then that would be appropriate for us to have that on Thursday.
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
have to remember,
Yeah.
you don't have to submit this assignment until the Sunday anyways. So, I'm not even going to go on there to look and see if my reviews are up there until probably late Monday.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Good deal.
Sounds good. I mean, as long as they're in there by Wednesday, I think that's fine, don't y'all?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, not even like Wednesday at, I don't know, 5:00 in the evening.
When you go, if we were to look Thursday, we'd like to see them there. That's all.
Yeah, right. Cool. Sounds good.
Okay. You're gonna send us well, we don't need this one. Never mind.
I'm gonna try to anyway because I don't know what I'm doing. So this is
Okay.
my first Zoom experience, so I'm gonna try to do it anyway and just see what happens.
Okay, and then we'll all kind of see if we get it.
All right, sounds good. Oh, Rolling Rock.
Yeah, I see
Hot
that.
dog roll.
$6.99 for a 12-pack.
Heck yeah.
That's freaking
Thursday,
awesome.
Thursday.
It is. I went into Harris Teeter. Harris Teeter's new to me. I'm a Publix guy, being from Florida. $99 for a 12-pack. I can't.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right. Do you guys, is there anything else we need to establish at this point in time, or you think we're good?
I think we're pretty good.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, we'll plan on 8:45. Does anybody else want to take the lead on the next one, or I'll do it again? Let's see if I figure out how to Zoom my YouTube. And
I think you're doing a great job.
Yeah.
Keep it up.
I think you're the selected one now. You made yourself.
You are the Zoom masters.
all right. Well,
I can help you out from
we
time
will
to
all be
time.
masters of something by the end of all this, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you guys
listen,
have a wonderful weekend.
if there's any issues with time, I can help you. Okay. Or Ms. Pittman said she can help too.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
And go Georgia Bulldogs. Where
Oh, no.
I grew up.
We got beat pretty bad Saturday.
Yeah. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. It's good meeting everybody. And all
Yeah, have a good weekend too.
right. First Zoom meeting is done.
All right.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.